Hey everybody, this is Grace. I am on my way to the little store. Is that what you called it when you were young? At the neighborhood kind of market. It wasn't like a grocery store, just a small store. We used to call it the little store. These days it's a convenience store, and they're usually not that small. Yeah, I remember where I grew up. And to this day, I will say this, I remember when gas per gallon was something like 25 cents or less per gallon. And I also remember going to the store and my mom or dad, whomever, would give us each, me and my 4 siblings, well, usually it was 3 of us, or 3 of them and me, 4. And they would give us a quarter, each quarter. And we would go there and we would buy a soda, a bag of chips, and penny candy with the rest for a quarter. I am old. I'm 61 years old. And I remember that at the little store. I also remember them having real hardwood floors. Yeah, and they weren't made for designer. It's just what it is, what it was. You know? Okay, as for now, I don't go to a convenience store and buy that stuff, so I'm really not sure, but I think both of them, the soda and that same size kind of chip, if they still sell it, I think what I've seen is they're both like $2.80 something or something like that, around there. And Adam and I wonder what this place over here is. Seriously, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how much it is. And is there any such thing called penny candy anymore? It used to be like you could get 2 Hershey's Kisses for a penny. Yeah, that's what I remember. I also remember there was some kind of, I don't know if it was something local or what, but they would put a penny in a sucker and sell it like that. And then of course they had to stop because that wasn't a smart thing to do. Whatever. But I also remember like things like grab bags were for $25 cents. These days they're probably $25. You know, and like for candy, I think. But for other things, I think it was $1, you know, and stores that weren't all these big chain stores. Yeah. Anyway, they just come up right now. But what's been on my mind lately, really not connected, but I guess in a way it is. So, is like, I've been watching TV. Yeah, I mentioned before that I never was one much on watching TV all my life, like I said. 61 years old, and I was never one until probably 2020. That's because I have a rare health condition, and I was one of those more vulnerable, and I'm leaving out the word, but I had to be one that had to stay at home, and so I did 2020, 2021, till I was, you know, it was okay for me to go out. There was a lot of time at home. Because of it, you know, I spent a lot of time watching TV. I would go and watch more videos, you know, like on YouTube. And I've never been much of a fan of any other ones. And, you know, at some point I'd get burnt out, and then I'd watch some TV. And then I got interested in doing the marathon thing of watching some series or, you know, different series. Some of them I didn't even know that they existed, and it was like a decade or 2 ago. It was when they first started out, and they're finished, over with, whatever it was. I don't know. I am in what they call the slow lane, and of course a Bubba truck is going to be right on my. It's going to be a little bit too close. Usually they're just totally tailgating, but you know, it's a social. The social slow lane. You know, there really isn't a slow lane. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I went in there and I did take some. I guess you're gonna wait for me. You have the right of way. But that's twice on my trip here. People have given me the right of way when they haven't. But anyway, the bag of chips in there was $2.69. I did take some video and of various things, and I didn't do the sodas, but yeah. And I wanted, what I went there for was I wanted some corn nuts. That seems to be my latest thing that my body craves. You know, I don't know what this is going on with me these days, but I crave certain, just out of the blue, I'll start craving something, and it can last for like a year or 2 years. Like I was on salads. Chef salads with no meat is what I craved for like maybe 2 years, and I had to have 1 to 2 a day. Yeah. But the other things I've craved too, and now right now it's corn nuts. But I was talking about also about watching TV and stuff like that, and getting interested in old shows and all. And one weird thing that today I noticed is, you know, when you watch shows that where people have you see people with very different lifestyles than what you would live, a very different, how it puts you, it might put you, it does to me, in a like a strange, I don't know, it could be actually more like disgusting, like you get disgusted, you know, some kind of mood, or I don't know. I'll give you an example, like when you're watching a series and they have different, you know, they can see different people and everything, people's homes and all, and there's somebody with, you know, doing the thing of crystals and incense, and that just puts me in a, like a kind of mode, you know, like I'm kind of disgusted. But it's because, you know, I didn't know when I was a kid, a teenager, that I had chemical allergies, and anytime I would be around incense, and that was a thing back then with a lot of people, you know, and I would get sick. I would just feel really, really ill, you know, and I didn't know that it was because I had chemical allergies, like I said. So anytime now, just the thought of seeing stuff like that is like, ugh. But yeah, I've been watching a lot more TV recently, like the last couple of weeks, and just seeing different lifestyles, and it's making me kind of like that. Okay, I was at that light. The guy on the left side of me went into my lane once the light changed, and then the guy that was on the right side of me, also that lane ends. I'm like, come on, people, really? Okay. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. But you know, some of these shows, you know, I got to watch it. You know, like the shows where they show, like I said, like that one example, but other kinds that people's life were so bizarre to me. To them, it's not. You know, to them, that's a good kind of lifestyle, and that's what they want to have as their lifestyle. But sometimes I do wonder, is it that, or do they just fell into that? But anyway, wrapping it up. Talk to you on another video.